up? It's Amaje, and today we'll be reacting to the rise and fall of the New Day. Man, these wrestlers have been like part of like the damn my era for like so long, bro. Like I respect them so much because like they part of the black community. They really stood up, man. But throughout their career, they won so many titles and everything, and combined, they're like the longest reigning. Well, was before the Usos, but they were the longest reigning tag team champions at some point, and they deserve all the respect for the years they put in, and they 10-year veterans. And I hope they can have like more longevity in their career, and especially after this little Big E incident, they kicked them out. But let's see the highlights of their career, and let's see what we about to get into. Learn about their careers.
This is the New Day when they first formed. This is one of their most iconic moments. And this is where they stand today.
You left us.
Such a swerve.
But how did we get here? Let's break down their meteoric rise and heartbreaking fall, starting from the beginning. Let's rewind to July 21st, 2014. On this episode of Raw, Kofi Kingston and BigE were paired as a tag team but couldn't seem to find success. After yet another loss, they were joined by Xavier Woods, a newer face in WWE at the time. Dressed sharply in a white suit and glasses, Woods stepped into the ring and delivered a bold message. We've been playing by the rules, and it's gotten us nowhere. Now, we stop asking. Now, we take. This moment was the spark that lit the fuse for what would become the New Day. Initially, WWE gave the trio a gospel-inspired gimmick, branding them as overly cheerful, preaching the power of positivity.
I'm sorry, this aspect of them was just terrible. And you already know Vince's approach to like the meteoric black thing that they think people do all the time, just because a lot of black people are like known to, go to church a lot sometimes. And nah, this wasn't the right approach. Glad they did what they did.
They sang, clapped, danced their way into matches, but instead of cheering, fans responded with loud boos and chants of "New Day sucks." The crowd rejected their happy-go-lucky personas, leaving the group struggling to connect. But behind the scenes, Woods, Kingston, and Big E had other ideas. They knew their characters needed a change, something fresh and exciting. And soon, a pivotal shift was on the horizon, the New Day's first heel turn. And this is where the story really begins, their rise to greatness. In April 2015, the trio finally leaned into the crowd's negativity, turning their frustrations into fuel. No longer trying to win fans over with forced positivity, they embraced a more mischievous.
I'm sorry I keep pausing, but you know what I respect even more? Like Xavier put his little not little, I'm sorry about that word, but like he put his career on the line for this whole thing to work. He said if it doesn't work and they can't turn heel authentically, he's gonna basically quit his job, or well, Vince could fire him basically.
And sarcastic edge. This shift wasn't just clever, it was brilliant. Instead of fighting against the boos, they started playing into them, even chanting "New Day rocks" in a way that encouraged the crowd to respond with "New Day suck." With this new attitude, the New Day became one of WWE's most entertaining acts. They began using sneaky tactics to win matches, and it paid off. At Extreme Rules 2015, Big E and Kofi Kingston, while supported by Xavier Woods, defeated Tyson Kidd and Cesaro to capture their first tag team championship. It was a defining moment for the group, proving that their heel persona had the potential to succeed where their earlier gimmick had failed. But little did anyone know, this was just the beginning of a record-breaking run that would redefine WWE's tag team division. After their first championship victory, the New Day found their voice. Their charisma, comedic timing, and in-ring chemistry turned them into one of WWE's most captivating acts. With Xavier Woods on the mic, Big E's powerhouse strength, and Kofi Kingston's high-flying skills, they became unstoppable. Their second title reign, starting at SummerSlam 2015, made history. For 483 days, the New Day dominated the tag team division, surpassing Demolition's nearly 30-year-old record to become the longest reigning tag team champions at that time. But their success wasn't just about wins, it was about entertainment, and it was their rivalries that proved they weren't just champions, they were legends in the making. Their feud with the Usos is considered one of the greatest in WWE history. Their Hell in
Yo, that's another good thing too, bro. They had so many good ass feuds. The feuds with the Usos were just like some of the, like the best matches they ever had too. and to this day, it's still remembered as like probably like some of the best tag team matches they've seen in recent years. Cause like tag team tag team champions, I mean not tag team champions, but the tag team championships wasn't really taken serious at those moments, early moments in like 2010. Anybody was just winning that. Like fast forward to the New Day and the Usos, they were like they were acting like they were really fighting over that shit too. They were acting like they were literally like the whole trophy thing of the I can't even explain what I just said, but like they were acting like it was just like the holy grail basically. That's what you're supposed to do as a tag team, I feel like. Act like that is like the only tag team championship around and you only see those things as greatness.
A cell mat in 2017 was a masterclass in creativity and intensity, elevating tag team wrestling to new height. Other clashes at Battleground and SummerSlam highlighted their unmatched chemistry, while their rap battle on SmackDown Live showcased the New Day's wit and charisma. But just as they overcame one challenge, another was waiting in the wing. The New Day also clashed with the Dudley Boy, blending nostalgia with innovation. The Dudleys' hard-hitting style contrasted with the New Day's humor, leading to moments like Xavier Woods being put through a table and their memorable Night of Champions match. This rivalry proved they could thrive against legends, but they would soon face an entirely different kind of challenge. Another standout rivalry was with the Wyatt
Rest in
family,
peace,
adding a
Bray.
darker edge to the New Day's story. Xavier Woods' fear of Bray Wyatt created tension within the group, culminating in the eerie compound fight and a six-man tag at Battleground 2016. These matches showcased their versatility, adapting to darker narratives while keeping their charm intact. And just as they mastered psychological warfare, they found themselves face to face with another dominant force. They even went toe to toe with the Shield, proving they could hang with WWE's most dominant faction. These matches highlighted their in-ring prowess and ability to deliver in high-stakes scenarios. But as their popularity soared, the New Day faced a question every great team eventually confront. Could they succeed as individuals without breaking up? While many tag teams dissolve when one member rises to the top, the New Day defied expectation. In 2019, Kofi Kingston's 11-year journey culminated at WrestleMania 35 when he defeated Daniel Bryan to win the WWE Championship in a moment known as Kofi Mania. However, the road to Kofi Mania
Bro, Kofi Mania was just so big too. I'm just like so sad that the like title run was just so like mediocre and like they didn't give him like good feuds to like go with. The Dolph Ziggler one was okay, but the Kevin Owens ones just came out of nowhere. Even if Kevin Owens just like brought the best out of everybody, but like I'm surprised that they stuck through this and like actually seriously became became supportive of each other because like most teams would have broke up by now.
was anything but easy. Originally not even considered for the title picture, Kofi seized the opportunity when Mustafa Ali was injured, stepping into the spotlight during a gauntlet match on SmackDown. His incredible endurance and crowd support made him an undeniable fan favorite, forcing WWE to acknowledge the groundswell of demand for Kofi's chance at the title. Behind the scenes and on screen, Big E and Xavier Woods fought tirelessly for Kofi's opportunity. They went to bat for their friend, confronting Vince McMahon and participating in another grueling gauntlet match on Kofi's behalf to ensure he earned his spot at WrestleMania. In a touching moment during the gauntlet, the Usos, longtime rivals of the New Day, paid respect to Kofi by forfeiting their match, acknowledging the wars they had fought and expressing their belief that Kofi deserved his chance at greatness. Unlike traditional storylines where a member's singles success
Great
leads to a breakup,
storytelling.
Big E and Xavier Woods stood by Kofi's side, cheering him on every step of the way. Their unity showcased the bond that made the New Day special. No jealousy, no betrayals, just mutual celebration. They proved that a team could celebrate individual success without falling apart. But in 2020, things took a turn that no one expected. During the WWE draft, the New Day was split for the first time. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods were drafted to Raw, while Big E remained on SmackDown. This separation marked a new chapter for Big E as he embarked on a singles journey. Big E used this opportunity to shine, building momentum that culminated in winning the Money in the Bank contract and later cashing it in to become WWE Champion in 2021. It was a defining moment, not just for Big E, but for the New Day's legacy, proving that their individual success didn't come at the expense of their bond. Meanwhile, Xavier Woods continued his journey, capturing the King of the Ring title in 2021. For the man who had long been the voice and energy of the New Day, this accolade was a testament to his talent and dedication.
I'm sorry, the King of the Ring is what it is, but like I felt like it's like come on, man. They could have gave him like the U.S. Championship at least, or the Intercontinental Championship at least, because right around there before Triple H took charge, like the damn roster was just like in limbo. They could have gave him a intercontinental, well, a mid card title at least. But ugh,
Despite these milestones, the New Day maintained their connection, defying the WWE norm of breaking up teams for singles success. But even the strongest bonds face challenges, and the New Day's unity was about to be tested like never before. In early 2022, tragedy struck when BigE suffered a devastating injury during a tag team match on SmackDown. Although the New Day had been separated during the 2020 WWE Draft, BigE occasionally teamed up with Kofi Kingston for special matches, showcasing their unbreakable bond despite being on separate brands. During one such match against Sheamus and Ridge Holland, a botched belly-to-belly suplex left BigE with a broken neck, sidelining him indefinitely. Fans and peers alike were shocked, as BigE's vibrant personality and incredible athleticism had made him one of WWE's most beloved stars. The injury cast a shadow over the New Day's journey, as their trio was suddenly down to
bro, you know it's like so big of Biggie. Like he literally didn't. He literally took to Twitter and say, "Do not blame Ridge Holland." A lot of the WWE fans are just so like, just like they'll just take it out all the anger on the person. I get it. He injured him, but like it wasn't on purpose. Anything can happen in a wrestling match, and they know that. But like they just like their brain is just like, oh yeah, we gotta like literally scold this person. We gotta literally cuss him out. We gotta literally send him death threats. Like, come on now, you ain't gotta do that. He's a person just like everybody else, no matter if he injured the person or not. Accidents happen. But like Big E released that on Twitter, and he said, "Do not blame Ridge Holland." He like, man, that's just big of him, man.
two. With Big E sidelined, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods carried on as a tag team, competing on both Raw and SmackDown. They remained fan favorites, captivating audiences with their humor and athleticism. Despite Big E's absence, they honored his legacy in their promos and matches, ensuring his presence was always felt. In late 2022, the New Day surprised fans by appearing on NXT. At NXT Deadline, Kofi and Woods captured the NXT Tag Team Championship, becoming the third team in WWE history to achieve a tag team triple crown. This reign showcased their adaptability and proved they could still thrive as a duo. However, as newer teams like the Judgment Day and the Street Profits rose to prominence, many fans felt that the New Day had grown stale. Their once dominant presence in WWE's tag team division began to waver, quietly testing the unity of one of the company's most beloved factions. But just when it seemed like they might find their footing again, a new venom was about to be injected into their story, one that would push their bond to its breaking point. In early 2024, Karrion Kross and his ominous stable, The Final Testament, set their sights on the New Day, known for his psychological warfare. Kross wasted no time preying on the subtle tensions between Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. His promos struck a nerve, labeling the New Day as a shadow of their former selves, and directly targeting Kofi, claiming he was holding Woods back from achieving his full potential. The WWE Universe began to notice a shift in Woods' demeanor, as Kross's mind games appeared to take root, amplifying doubts that had lingered beneath the surface. But Kross wasn't done. His venom had only begun to seep into the New Day's foundation. Desperate to combat the Final Testament's growing
I mean, I know that's like off topic, but I like what they've been doing with Karrion Cross. They haven't. I know it's been like a couple of years right now. Came back, not a couple of years, but like at least one or two, I think. I don't know, but since he came back, he's at least been like involved in a whole bunch of storylines, and like I like this little manipulator role, and like it's like he make people go crazy and turn them heel, basically. I like that little aspect.
threat, Kofi Kingston introduced Odyssey Jones, a rising star from NXT, to bolster their rank. While Jones's inclusion seemed like a logical move, it inadvertently deepened the existing cracks between Kofi and Woods. The turning point came during a high-stakes tag match in August, where Kofi chose to tag in Jones at a critical moment instead of Woods. While this decision led to a victory, it left Woods visibly frustrated. In a pre-match backstage interview, Woods confronted Kofi, asking, We've always had each other's backs. Why bring in someone new now? Fans speculated whether Jones was being positioned as a replacement for Big E, further intensifying the rift. By November 2024, the fractures in the New Day's unity were undeniable. The breaking point came during a tag team match on Raw against Alpha Academy. From the start, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods clashed over strategy, with Woods blind tagging himself in and visibly frustrating Kofi. Their lack of coordination led to a humiliating loss when Otis hit Kofi with a caterpillar elbow drop and Akira Tozawa pinned Woods with a sky-high senton splash. After the match, tensions boiled over. Woods stormed off, shouting that he was supposed to be the quarterback, while Kofi chased after him, furious. Their heated argument spilled backstage, exposing their frustrations to the WWE Universe. Woods accused Kofi of wrestling like garbage and not trusting him as an equal.
What the hell was that out there? You're wrestling like garbage. Are you gonna help me at some point?
I'm wrestling like if I was garbage, what were you?
What Kofi did next was fire back, reminding Woods of his sacrifice, stepping aside so Woods could shine as king of the ring and always supporting him.
Did I not give you my Intercontinental title shot a couple weeks ago for you? Matter of fact, when you were king of the ring, I was on bended knee, fluttering your damn cape. I did that for you. And what did you do with those opportunities, by the way? You fumbled the title shot, and you fumbled the crown.
Then, Kofi delivered a brutal truth.
There's a reason that E and I never let you call the shots, man. Because you're too reckless out there, man.
Woods immediately countered, saying,
Shut up and let me talk for a second! I remember when you were too terrified to take any kind of risk, and that's exactly why you couldn't get a shot at the heavyweight championship until I came along. And I took those risks for you, Kofi. I'm the reason you became champion.
Kofi didn't hold back.
I was a Hall of Famer when you met me. That's why you asked me to be a part of this group, not the other way around. Don't you ever forget that. And you, of all people, shouldn't be talking about championships and titles, because last time I checked, you still haven't won a singles championship by yourself, now have you? Do you know why you have never been a world champion like me and like E? It's because you have not been good enough.
Woods, visibly shaking with fury, hit back with a final blow.
I was good enough to believe in you, wasn't I? Just like they believed in you. And what did we do with that belief? We turned it into Kofi Mania and we handed it to you. And what did you do with that, Kofi? You pissed it away on a silver platter in 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar.
What happened next was Kofi lowering his voice and saying,
I swear to God, if you were anybody
If I
else,
was what, Kofi? If I was somebody else, you finally get mad?
With emotions at their peak, Kofi ended with a challenge.
I'll see you at the reunion, brother.
Yeah, see you at the anniversary.
The two stormed off in opposite directions, leaving fans.
Bro, this whole thing puts a testimony to their whole thing going on right now. The whole thing of their whole friendship. This proves that people can just like do the most best promos ever when they're literally like in the heat of the moment. Like I bet they had to at least hug after that whole promo. It was just like we did a good job for that, bro. Like there was just so much heat online, and they thought they literally legitimately like hated each other. They thought it was like heat on them. That's how like wrestling is supposed to be, man.
And stunned. But with their 10-year anniversary celebration next week, what was about to come would become one of the most heartbreaking moments in all of pro wrestling history. The ring was decorated with balloons, mementos, and relics from the New Day's illustrious decade-long career. Raw general manager Adam Pearce introduced Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, who entered to thunderous cheers from the crowd. Fans chanted New Day Rock as Kofi and Woods thanked them for their unwavering support. Kofi acknowledged how their success wouldn't have been possible without the fan, and Woods expressed heartfelt gratitude for the journey they'd been on. But then, something shifted. What they said next shocked the WWE Universe.
And let you know that what we're about to tell you is not your fault.
Just as the crowd began to process this cryptic statement, the familiar music of BigE hit, and the arena erupted. BigE made his return, stepping into a WWE ring for the first time in years after his devastating neck injury. BigE delivered an impassioned speech about their bond and history, recounting the moments that defined their brotherhood.
I was in a neck brace a few months after your daughter was born, and you, your wife, and Lotus were in my home, and I held her for the first time. Woods, when you got back from winning King of the Ring, a childhood dream, I was the first person to greet you as you spilled tears on my shoulder.
His plea was heartfelt, filled with memories of loyalty and love, and his offer to serve as their manager until he was medically.
Man, that whole plea could just make you cry right there. They put on cinema right here, man.
cleared seemed to echo the unity the New Day had always stood for. But what came next would leave fans stunned. What Woods and Kofi said in response silenced the crowd.
Now, you want to come back after you watched us fight for months, after you watched us argue to the edge of the cliff and the last thing left to do was jump? Now, you want to come back? E, you left us.
They unleashed months, maybe years, of pent-up resentment. Woods criticized BigE for prioritizing his new life over their struggles, and Kofi accused him of choosing himself over the team's philosophy of "we before me." BigE, visibly shaken, refused to give up on them, begging for reconciliation and a hug.
No, I'm not gonna just throw this away like that. I'm not gonna let you throw this away like that. Not like that. Come on, man. After a decade of this.
Bro, I believe this will just cut so deep if they attacked Big E, but I don't think Big E's cleared to even wrestle. But I bet it would just cut so deep and be like so heartbreaking if they just attacked him, like going in and going ham on Big E. But it feel like it stung even harder that like he just like walked away and they just shooed him out the ring like a dog. Like, come on.
I'm not throwing away like this. Come on, man. We can fix this.
But Kofi stopped him, placing a hand on his chest to keep him at arm's length. The look in Big E's eyes said it all. He couldn't believe this was how their story would end. Overcome with emotion, Big E left the ring, devastated. Kofi and Woods were left alone in the ring. What Kofi and Woods did next shocked everyone.
Now it's just me. It's just us, bro.
The crowd erupted in boos as the once beloved team stood united in their bitterness, signaling the final chapter of the New Day as we knew it. For a decade, the New Day didn't just break record, they redefined wrestling. From their 483-day tag team title reign to Kofi's historic WWE Championship victory at WrestleMania 35, they inspired millions with their humor, heart, and unmatched chemistry. But now, with their bond fractured and an uncertain future, fans are left wondering, can the magic ever return? Or has the weight of time and tension truly shattered WWE's most iconic trio? No matter what comes next,
Bro, I feel like this whole little thing really like rejuvenated the New Day, and they've been there for every little thing. Even if the gimmicks was getting kind of stale, but like you just know the New Day was still there. But to take this in a new like direction, like from breaking up in 2024, it's just wild. But hey, I look forward to see what they're gonna be doing in the future. I'm gonna be there 100% along the way. But hey, if you guys enjoyed that reaction and you want to see some more of this, like, subscribe, and comment below for some more. And I'll see you guys later.